Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's third video. So doing European outlook for today's third video. I'm going to have a look at weather in detail for the next 7 to 10 days across Northern Europe. And yeah, I should go with that for you very shortly. Just to say that the first video released today was our UK weather forecast, so I still 7 AM upload. And also a final look in detail at Easter for the UK as well. We're going to have the 10 to 14 day for you later on this afternoon. We include all the regular features, and of course we will be having Terry Scully's April forecast as well. That's a new feature too for you tonight. So it's a busy day. 5 uploads today on the channel. Wow. That normally only happens in the winter, not normally in spring, but it's just the way everything's come together, I suppose, today. Right then, so let's go on with your European outlook. If you enjoyed the content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, let's start off then with the weather across Europe today. So we're still got a legacy of pretty warm air across southern and southwestern parts of Europe, although an area of a shallow area of low pressure has developed around Spain. There's an area of high pressure in the North Atlantic that's pulling in cooler winds into northern and northwestern Europe. And then over on the east side of Europe, we've got a trough of low pressure. Upper air temperatures still looking very warm, certainly for the time of year anyway, across many parts of Europe, particularly through France, down into Spain and Portugal and North Africa, hot through there. Extending through the Mediterranean is generally quite warm as well. Further north, it does get cooler or colder. Colder air digging into Scandinavia and northeastern parts of Europe. It is cooling down across Ireland and the UK as well today. Relatively warm over on the eastern side of Europe. So we've got some heavy showers and thunderstorms around Portugal. They might progress in towards western parts of Spain during the course of this afternoon. Some heavy showers and downpours, thunderstorms maybe across Poland and into Ukraine on the eastern side of Europe. Few showers down across the southeastern part of the Med, and some outbreaks of rain, sleet and snow coming into parts of Norway and northern Sweden. That said, there are exceptions to the rule. There's a lot of dry weather today, from Ireland and the UK all the way up to the northwest of Russia. Plenty of dry weather through there. Most of Spain and France is going to be dry. Got some showers around the Alps. And many parts of the Mediterranean also looking dry today as well, to be honest. A big north-south divide in the temperature. So Scandinavia looking cold, as is much of northeastern Europe. It is cooling down, as I say, across Ireland and the UK as well, although still relatively mild across Ireland in southern parts of England. We go further south of that, and it's still very warm, with temperatures widely into the low to mid-20s through sort of France, into southern parts of Germany, for example, and then going over onto the east side of Europe as well. Mediterranean looking very warm today, also especially across such parts of Spain and also into some parts of Italy. Right, that takes us through to Friday, where high pressure again is out to the northwest of the UK and Ireland, pulling down these cool northerly winds into northern parts of Europe and beginning to push these cooler northeasts down in towards France and some southwestern parts of Europe as well. Upper air temperatures being cold across Scandinavia, cooling down generally across much of northern Europe. Begin to turn cooler as pushing towards France, but it's still quite warm across the south of France and into eastern parts of Spain through the central pole of the Med. But gradually that area of warm upper air temperatures is getting squeezed. Over on the eastern side of Europe, the east part of the Med is relatively warm, but go further northwards and it does get a lot cooler. Again, quite a bit of dry weather around through the course of tomorrow, so there will be some showers, wintry showers at that, across Scandinavia and into Baltic states. A band of rain, sleet and snow here on the far eastern side of Europe. That might include some thunderstorms as well. Heavy showers and maybe some thunderstorms through the Balkans, going over towards the Black Sea. Some showers and longer spells of rain patches in all parts of Spain and Portugal. But again, these are the exceptions. You see, most areas are dry. Much of the Med is looking at dry weather. And many parts of northern and west Europe will be dry tomorrow as well. Temperatures tomorrow will be cold across the north of Europe, cooling down generally across many northern and western parts of Europe, even into France. We see that the hot, well, very warm upper air temperatures being restricted to the very far south of France generally. Most areas are cooling down, even into the Med. We are seeing a little bit of a cool down. Saturday, Easter Saturday, looks like that. So high pressure is dominated across the western side of Europe. Low pressure will be starting to move in towards Scandinavia. And we're still pulling down these cooler northerly winds and northeast winds into northern and eastern parts of Europe, and also pushing down in towards the south and southwest of Europe as well. Upper air temperatures are lowering all the time. So France is now much cooler. Many parts of the Med looking cooler as well. Spain's still looking generally very warm. North Africa's still hot, of course, but much of the Med overall is cooling down. A little bit less cold across the western part of Europe, perhaps right in the UK. Scandinavia, maybe not quite as cold, but even so, still pretty chilly there. More of a westerly wind pushing through Scandinavia. Heavy showers and thunderstorms breaking out in the eastern part of the Mediterranean and into towards the Balkans. So through Italy, possibly over towards Greece, and then pushing northwards into the Balkans near the Adriatic. Again, big showers and thunderstorms breaking out there on Saturday. A few showers across the eastern parts of Spain, but they look pretty light. Most central and western parts of the Med generally dry and sunny. Much of northwestern Europe actually looking mainly dry on Saturday. That high pressure regime bring plenty of sunny spells. There will be a little bit of rain, sleet and snow up across parts of Norway in particular. Temperatures look like that. So, I mean, it's cold still, really, across northern Scandinavia in particular. Much of northern northeast Europe does look quite chilly. Otherwise, cool temperatures, I think, sums it up across the central and eastern parts of Europe. A little bit less chilly, perhaps, across France side and the UK. Just warming up there a little bit on Saturday. Highest temperatures, of course, are going to be down in the Mediterranean. Through to Sunday, we get this deep area of low pressure developing in the Norwegian Sea and heading towards Norway. That'll start to push cold front in towards northern parts of Scotland. And behind that, we're going to get a big Arctic blast setting up through next week as the high pressure begins to push up towards Greenland. There's going to be a very significant development for many parts of Europe. Upper air temperatures looking like this on Saturday. So relatively mild upper air temperatures actually ahead of that deep area of low pressure in the Norwegian Sea. So you're going to push a milder temperatures in towards southern parts of Norway, Sweden and Finland, for example. Still looking pretty chilly with the trough over on the east side of Europe, and Spain very warm down there and into North Africa as well. Precipitation-wise, there's a band of heavy rain moving in towards Scotland and probably heading in towards Norway, so that could turn to snow, of course, as it hits mountainous areas. And behind that, it turns much colder, with showers turning readily wintry across the far north of Scotland. Generally, a lot of dry weather on Easter Sunday. Dry from Spain, Portugal, all the way up towards western Russia, but we come down in the southeastern corner of Europe, and again it's much more unsettled there around the Balkans, going down into towards southeast, possibly even into some of the Greek islands. Some showers and thunderstorms are possible there on Easter Sunday. Quite cool on the eastern side of Europe, a little bit warmer perhaps on the western side of Europe. Just starting to see those cold temperatures beginning to dig in to parts of Norway. And then we go through into Monday, and we'll take this low pressure through to Scandinavia, and we'll pull the wind into the north across the west of Europe. So becoming much colder with those northerly winds blasting down across the west side of Europe. Conversely, though, the east side of Europe will probably start to turn milder as we pick up a little bit more of a southerly wind ahead of this deep area of low pressure in the Norwegian Sea. Upper air temperatures look like that, so definitely getting milder on the east side of Europe. I mean, it's sort of to write home about, but it is turning a little bit milder on the eastern side of Europe, but conversely becoming much colder through the west of Europe, particularly Ireland and the UK, but also down into northern parts of France, and probably pushing it over towards Denmark and even into Scandinavia as well, through the course of Monday, becoming a lot colder through there. Precipitation-wise, those heavy showers and thunderstorms begin to push over towards the Black Sea. It turns mainly dry across much of eastern Europe, and most parts of southern Europe will be dry and sunny as well. But out in the northwest, this cold front here will bring a band of rain from Ireland, the UK, into France, Belgium, Holland, Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, up in towards southern parts of Norway and Sweden. And then behind that, of course, we open the door to those really cold northern winds, so showers will turn readily to sleet and snow across Norway as that cold air digs in, and wintry showers pushing southwards across Ireland and the UK as well on Monday. Temperature-wise, so pretty mild ahead of that area of low pressure and cold front. So Spain and Portugal looking reasonably warm, as is much of France, as is much of Germany, actually, even a little bit warmer over on the east side of Europe. But you see how it's getting colder to the northwest, through the UK, through Ireland, through Norway in particular, becoming much colder there as those strong northerly winds dig in. And then we go through into Tuesday, and all parts of Western Europe are looking cold now, with northerly winds pushing down from the Arctic. This area of low pressure progressing further eastwards, taking those cold northerly winds further eastwards into Europe. Eastern parts of Europe looking relatively mild with a southerly flow. But there's the upper air temperatures for Tuesday, showing that the east and southeast of Europe is relatively mild, with the upper air temperatures obviously it's a lot colder to the north and west. Look how far south we're pushing, -5 Celsius Iceland all the way down to southern France and northern Spain. Quite amazing, really. The far south of Spain does look pretty hot, and still many parts of the Med, particularly southern parts of the Mediterranean, look reasonably warm. Now, of course, as this low pressure and its cold air pushes through and meets the warmer air, we are going to generate some heavy showers, thunderstorms. So by Tuesday, we've got a lot of precipitation across Europe. Most of this across Scandinavia is going to be snow, has to be said. Increasing risk of snow coming down in towards parts of northern Germany, for example. Could be sleet or snow coming through there. Go further southwards, significant snow looks likely over the Alps with heavy showers and thunderstorms. Maybe wintry conditions as well through parts of France and into northern parts of Italy. Could even be some big showers and thunderstorms across northern Spain and around Pyrenees as well. Maybe even some showers breaking out through the central bowl of the Mediterranean. Again, so those cold northerly winds bump into the warmer air, trying to push up from Africa at this time of the year. Heavy wintry showers for parts of Ireland and the UK, seemingly quite likely. Quite as well as probably over on the eastern and southeastern side of Europe, mainly dry through there. That's where the highest temperatures will be as well, in this eastern and southeastern part of Europe on Tuesday. Generally, many northern central western areas are looking cold. Into Wednesday, and again we're pushing this unsettled, cold, unsettled trough pushes eastwards across many parts of Europe as we get through into the middle part of next week. Even in the east of Europe, it looks like things are turning colder and more unsettled. Really, another area of low pressure looks like it's about to dive in from Iceland into the north and the west of Europe. Still reasonably mild with the upper air temperatures from the Balkans to the Black Sea, but elsewhere generally it is quite a cold scene actually on Wednesday across many parts of Europe, certainly colder than average. Even down in Spain, it's turned much cooler, as it is into the central bowl of the Mediterranean as well. Any heat is really restricted to the north of Africa by the middle of next week. And loads of precipitation as well with this trough of low pressure. So we're looking at like rain, hail, sleet, snow, thunder, lightning with this trough of low pressure. There's going to be plenty of precipitation around. Significant snow is very likely across northern Europe, especially through Scandinavia, probably pushing through the Baltic Sea and towards these northeastern parts of Europe as well by the middle of next week. Go further south, we won't be too worried about snow, but there will be heavy showers and thunderstorms through sort of France down into down in Spain and into Mediterranean as well. So just a lot of precipitation, and some of it could be wintry through the middle of next week. Overall cold again away from this far eastern southeastern part of Europe where it is warmer. It's a cold sort of middle of next week across many parts of Europe, even down in Spain, significantly cold now. But you have to go right way down to the far south of Spain and Portugal to find anything particularly warm, and even there it won't be that warm, it'll still be below average. So yeah, so it's a cold scene through the middle part of next week across much of Europe. And then on Thursday next week, we'll bring a new area of low pressure in off the Atlantic. That threatens another bout of wet and windy weather into Ireland and the UK through the course of Thursday. Meanwhile, further northwards across Europe and through central parts of Europe, it will remain quite cold. Upper air temperatures looking very chilly, really. Any heat is restricted to the extreme southeastern part of the Med, but most parts of Europe look really cool through the middle of next week. Showers or longer spells of rain with sleet and snow mixing across northern parts of Europe. That wet weather progressing further and further eastwards with time as well. And another bout of very wet and windy weather sweeping into Ireland and the UK by the end of Thursday. Down into the Med, so Italy and eastern parts of Med through Balkans again. Heavy showers, longer spells of rain, could be sleet or snow over high ground. into the central part of the Med, mainly dry, and much of Spain looking dry, but there could be some showers of thunderstorms across northern parts of Africa into southern Spain. And it's a cool scene, really, across most parts of the country. Again, what warmth there is mostly in this far southeastern corner, but many areas are looking cool or cold on Thursday. I'll just run you through today, 10. So Friday next week dominates across the west of Europe by this big area of low pressure over the UK, but it'll take heavy showers and longer spells of rain with snow in the north, eastwards across northern Europe, and then we go through into Saturday and Sunday, 10th of 11th of April, and it's still looking overall unsettled. Warmest weather will probably be in the eastern part of Europe as we start to draw up more of a southerly wind into the east and southeast Europe, but again, many northern, central, and western parts of Europe, and even in southwestern Europe, looking pretty cool through that second weekend of April. There's a lot going on in the next week to 10 days, weather-wise, so there's going to be a lot to keep an eye on, but overall, it is looking pretty cold and pretty unsettled, certainly for the time of year. Right, that's it for this week's European Outlook. We'll be back later on with 10 to 14 days, including all our big features, and we've got Tony Scholars' April forecast coming up for you tonight. For this video, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.